Memphis, eliminated from the playoff hunt, all that's left is to play spoiler, to play for pride, taking on those playoff teams and knocking them down a peg. Mavs, Grizzlies, coming up on 2K Sports. It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Valanciunas.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Jalen Brunson out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Marjanovic in at the center position. And for Memphis, Iguodala and Jackson Jr. at the forward slots. Morant and Allen at the guard spots. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. Different styles of basketball, and we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks on D. Iguodala outside. Three-pointer. They grabbed their own miss. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the Timberwolves at Target Center.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Staying with your game plan is so important, especially when you are away from your home arena. Yeah, Kevin, the front office shakeup this summer for the Grizzlies. Now, the new leadership wants to take more of a long-term, proactive approach to things.
And many fans in Memphis had hoped for a change. But, Chris, they still had some question marks with this new leadership.
Yeah, Kevin, that's because they're relatively young and unproven. Former lawyers rather than basketball minds. But we're seeing that league-wide, teams are going with former agents and lawyers in their front office.
Valanciunas, good.
With great size and interior instincts, Valanciunas, he's such a threat around the rim.
Brunson, no good.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Iguodala, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now here's Iguodala. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Magnificent rejection.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
3 for 4 from the field to start the game. They'll take that.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls, and we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Boreas checked in. Now here's Jackson. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New York. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. Hardaway against Allen. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
They've come out with guns ablazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the D really.
Morant passes to Allen. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Oh, he uses his physical tools to the fullest when attacking the defense. That's a heads-up play by Valanciunas.
And Doncic, here we go. And he makes that one.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Morant kicks to Jackson. That shot is off.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over them.
So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Brooks. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And this guy is a gamer. Brooks, I mean, you have to admire how competitive he is, even amongst aggressive coverage.
Yep, it counts.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 11. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
They looked overmatched, GA. I thought they lacked aggressiveness and hard output.
No good from Clark. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on an 18-7 run. Lee, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Now here's Jones. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Brooks kicks to Clark. Jones, no one around him. No good on the triple. Mavericks leading by 13. And Porzingis, here we go. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They've decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. To the paint, here's Powell, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Mavericks ahead, leading by 17. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Wright, also Seth Curry out there, and it's Brokoff in at the small forward position. Kicks it out to Jones. 5 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Here's Brooks. It's rebounded by Dallas. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Extends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
Chris, when it comes to playing alongside another big guy, I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with two big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there in Washington, just looking at him, throwing a oop. I would miss 2-3 shots in a row, and we'd look, and he'd say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute, Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot. Set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them, and then the next play say, now it's your turn. You're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that'll say, hey, man, you look a little tired. Let's switch. I'll check Shaq this play.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, centers and power forwards aren't who you typically look to for three-point shooting, but among that group, these have been the most accurate since the All-Star break. Jaren Jackson, number 1.
Well, he has such a phenomenal touch from long range for a player at any position. Forget about just among the big men.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Dylan Brooks. Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Wright. Morant with a wide-open look. And another basket for Memphis.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Jackson. Iguodala against Curry. Now Iguodala, the feed now to Valanciunas. He gets that one. Valanciunas has got 6.
Oh, it's tough trying to alter his focus. I mean, Valanciunas is great at staying in control.
And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
Iguodala draws the double. Here's Morant. A putback and staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing this man into a difficult attempt.
Here's Morant. It's deflected. Doncic against Iguodala. And the dunk by Powell.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
1:46 left in the first half. Allen passes to Morant. Now here's Allen. Tight defense on him. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Rabs checked in for the Grizzlies. Clark comes in for Grayson Allen. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dwight Powell. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Curry. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for the Mavericks. Jones dishes to Morant. They get the rebound. Here's Rab. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Tim Hardaway picks one up. For Memphis, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. The first one falls. And the 6'10 big man Ivan Rabb played his college ball at UC Berkeley, where his teammate was Jaylen Brown.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. And Rabb, a hometown kid. He grew up in the town. That's Oakland. He won a state title at Bishop O'Dowd. A second-round pick by Memphis. Steadily improving.
Here's Clark. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
And that one falls for Clark. Mahinmi's checked in for Memphis. And so Clark nails both of them.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Finney-Smith kicks to Brunson. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Over Mahinmi. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Grizzlies trail by 13. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. To the inside. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now here's Morant, covered by Lee. 11 seconds left in the first half of the game. Morant, Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, when you're executing at this rate, you feel like...
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Mavericks lead by...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 8 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Porzingis having a dominant impact in this game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Morant now in at the guard spot. Iguodala and Jackson Jr. at the forward slots. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Pass to Morant. Shoots over Brunson, and that one's good. Morant's got 6 points.
That jumper is just looking clean, confident. Very little that Morant can't do.
Here's Doncic. Whoa, what a finish!
Run that back. I want to see the replay now.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. Here's Valanciunas. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Oh, he's a sensational offensive rebounder. Valanciunas, he just has the nose for where to be when shots go up. And he's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Jackson kicks to Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. Porzingis with the block. Hardaway against Allen. Here's Porzingis to the middle. Here's Hardaway. And that one hits back iron.
Well, that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Andre Iguodala. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Brooks checked in for Andre Iguodala. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Powell comes in for Porzingis. White, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Kleber, the pass to Wright. Here's Doncic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaren Jackson. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Like the Clippers of a year ago. They looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr.
Right.
Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Some changes for Memphis. Miami's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And Jones subbed in for Morant. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Clark tips it. Good on the bucket.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have the most buckets in transition since the All-Star break. The Mavericks, number 1.
You know, as the season wears on, the team that can stay fresh can take advantage. They continue to get out and run, and teams are struggling to keep up.
Dallas moving it around. Here's Barea. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Barea's got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Barea against Jones. And he gets the bucket.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Here's Kleba. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Rab's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Clark. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Clark's got 4 points this quarter.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
No good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And Wright pulls it down. Mavericks leading by 19 points. The shot and game clock separated by 4, and the shot is good. Barea's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
The pass to Jones. Clark for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Mavericks on top. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, you see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Porzingis, Lee out there with Seth Curry, and it's Brokoff in at the small forward.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce 2-hander. Goes up again. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Mavericks lead by 21.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And here is Iguodala. Brooks outside. Trains the 3-pointer.
Showing how lethal he can be from there. Brooks, oh man, if you keep giving Brooks these type of looks, he's going to keep making you pay.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Allen against Lee. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Porzingis. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor, and the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes, and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Pass to Morant. Outside Jackson. Now the dish to Iguodala. He kicks it to Morant. Fires the three. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Doncic. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 8 rebounds in this game. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Nice D from Doncic. Mavericks leading by 14. Lee with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and Chris, music. Do you think it's always
Lord,
been
Kevin.
this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the old fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they've taken fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I want to see guys walk in. Especially, I mean, come on. I love their games, and then I look and I say, wow. They have to be confident on the court because they wore that to the game. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right.
Yeah.
And that one, good.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And that one misses.
In his native Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas is the star for his national team, making his debut at age 19, becoming the leader for his country. They'll take it, even with the miss, anything they can do to cut into the lead.
And the rejection by Jackson. Hardaway against Allen. Inside, Valanciunas. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Oh, but you see why they keep going to Valanciunas. He knows how to dominate when he's got the hot hand.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Mavericks.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Porzingis.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Morant. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Doncic, here we go. It's good.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
And that one's good. Morant.
Kicking, moving, looking for his spots. Morant slithering around the court with the ball on the string.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And so it's Memphis with it. 15-point game. Here's Melton. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd.